Do you want to be healthier, yet you just don't know what to do? All these shows telling you this and that, but nothing seems to work. Well, listen close. Golden State Media Concepts has got something great for you. The Health and Wellness Podcast dedicated to workout trends, healthy eating habits, diet, and everything about healthy living. Join us in our banters as we help you not just live life to the fullest, but live it to the healthiest.
Hey guys, and welcome to GSMC Health and Wellness Podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Podcast Network. I'm your host, Cynthia, and happy Tuesday, everyone. I hope you all had a great time celebrating Easter Sunday, or if you don't celebrate Easter, I hope you had a great Sunday. This year was definitely different and weird for our family. My family, we usually, get together, about like 50 of us, either at a park or someone's house in the backyard. And we have a little carne asada and, we're celebrating Easter together as a whole. And obviously due to our circumstance right now that we're all living in, we're not able to see, outside extended family. So this year was a lot smaller. It was only about a fifth of us celebrating. My parents, my siblings, and I, we were all at my mom's house, and my mom cooked this yummy, delicious dinner, literally drooling, and I'm so glad there's leftovers because I'm about to eat those right when I get home. And it was chill. We played games, Uno, had a couple margaritas. We played Heads Up, which is this like game you can download. It's an app, and you hold the phone up on your forehead. There's a phrase on there, say like cow, and your team has to like act out what it is, and you, the person holding the phone, has to guess it. So that was fun. And let me go back to the food real quick because it's so good. My stomach is like growling right now. So it felt like Thanksgiving, if not better, because my mom cooked, and she made mashed potatoes, scallops, ribs. I don't eat ribs. My family does. And it was so good. So good. So in a nutshell, that is how my Easter went. And as far as my overall week from the last time I talked to you guys, nothing much has changed, a lot of downtime right now. I have been doing a lot of like live workouts, Zoom workouts. I took a live dance class, which first time ever doing it, and definitely interesting. It's super different being in an in-person class environment, obviously, because you're not bouncing energies off other people and it's just you by yourself. But I also found out I dance a lot more comfortably in the comfort of my own home with no one watching me than I do in a class setting. So that made me feel good for sure. And that's basically it. I know you guys are done hearing me talk about what I did over the weekend. And again, I hope you all had a great Easter or just a great Sunday if you don't celebrate Easter. And just like last week, we talked about sound healing, sound baths. So go listen to that if you haven't already. And this week is another wellness topic I'm super, super excited to talk about. And I'm so excited to share with you guys as well and spread the wealth of knowledge here. As you can tell by the title, we're going to be talking about red light therapy. We're going to talk about what is it exactly. We're going to talk about how does red light therapy work? What are the benefits, possible side effects? And at the very end, I'll be sharing with you guys my personal takeaway from this. I actually heard about red light therapy in another podcast that I was listening to. And from listening to that podcast, I started to conduct all this research and really conducting research on what's good light, what's bad light, good electricity, bad electricity. So recently I got real into red light therapy. Like I said, I've been doing a lot of research about it, but specifically blue light. So I'm going to talk about blue light very briefly right now. We are constantly constantly exposed to blue light due to our screens, phones, laptops, TVs, you name it. We're like in front of a screen. Like right now, I'm in front of a monitor and I have my laptop here. So it's already a lot of blue light emitting to my eyes. And all of these devices producing blue light, it's not the problem. The problem here isn't that we're exposed, but rather we are overexposed with blue light. We are constantly in contact with it. We do need blue light to balance out the red, but too much of it obviously isn't good. And in the long run, too much blue light, too much overexposure can lead to damaged retinal cells, which can cause vision problems. And oftentimes it can also cause headaches. Even sometimes when I was like in college writing papers all the time and I'm in front of a computer or my laptop typing for hours endlessly, you start to feel like a headache and you almost feel like right in your temples. That's the overexposure of blue light. And I actually today, I ordered some blue light filter glasses, which can cancel that out and protect your eyes from the overexposure of blue light. So I actually just ordered a pair this morning and I'm excited for them to get here later this week. And that's just one way how you can decrease or balance blue light emission. And then another way is by including red light therapy, which is all we're going to be talking about today. In a nutshell, our cells need natural light to function, just like how they need water and nutrients from food. Unfortunately, most of us, we don't get as much natural light as we need for optimal health. The average American usually spends over 90% of their time indoors. And especially right now, we're like trapped in our homes, we're trapped indoors, and we're obviously less likely of getting that natural sunlight. Red light therapy allows you to supplement that light you get from your environment or from the sun with concentrated wavelengths of red and near infrared light at home. So red light therapy works by enhancing your energy production at a cellular level. Healthy natural light stimulates the mitochondria. I know I'm getting a little bit nerdy here, but this is important to understand so you actually understand like the benefits and how it works and all of that. So a healthy natural light stimulates the mitochondria, which is the powerhouse of the cell, and enhances the cellular respiration process that makes ATP, also known as adenosine triphosphate energy. ATP for short, because that's pretty lengthy for me, all right? Humans make ATP energy every day, and it fuels everything we do without even knowing it. The more energy our cells can make, the better our bodies look, heal, feel, and perform. So basically, that's what red light therapy does. It gives our cells enough energy production in the process of ATP, and the more ATP that we have, it fuels everything we do. So that's what light is for, to fuel our cells, stimulate our mitochondria so that we're able to look and feel better and heal and perform better at our most optimal self. My first time ever in contact with red light therapy was actually a couple years back, before I even knew about really the benefits of red light therapy. This is a couple years back when I started to get facials. I have a lot of scarring on my face and hyperpigmentation, and red light therapy was part of my facial package that I purchased to help improve the overall texture of my skin and to also diminish the scarring. And luckily at the time, my money was being well spent because it was actually working. I was literally shook at the difference in my skin. I would say I started to see notable results with this facility I was going to. Probably within like 6 months, I started seeing results pretty fast compared to other clients that they had there. But unfortunately, a lot of things happened in my life that forced me to move out of the area of that facility. And so far in the new area that I live in now, I haven't had any luck here in finding a new esthetician who I really trust, or a center that, a facial center that offers red light therapy as a package because red light therapy is pretty expensive, y'all. So do your research, look up the estheticians, their work, and, look up credible sources if you are interested in this. I also heard about red light therapy from this guy named Ben Greenfield. He is also a big fan of red light therapy, and he is someone who is always looking to optimize the human experience. So I trust his word for sure. If you haven't heard of Ben Greenfield, he is a former bodybuilder, Ironman triathlete, human performance consultant, speaker, and author of 13 books. Ben Greenfield has also been voted by Greediest as one of the top 100 most influential people in health and fitness. He specializes in anti-aging, biohacking, and achieving an ideal combination of performance, health, and longevity. So basically, everything that I'm highly interested in. And hello, who doesn't want to optimize their health and live their healthiest, longest life? So I definitely have been influenced by Ben Greenfield, and I have been doing more research on red light therapy, which has led me now to talk about it here on today's episode. And we're going to cut into a very brief break right now. And when we come back from the break, I'm going to be sharing with you guys exactly what is red light therapy, what does the process look like, and all of that good stuff. But before we move on, I want to share with you guys about this amazing product I've been using called Hydrant. If you want to kick the coffee habit, such as myself, I've said it multiple times, but you're worried about your energy levels depleting, to avoid the morning sluggishness and that midday slump, you need to make sure you're hydrated. And with Hydrant, it can help. And for 25% off your first order, go to drinkhydrant.com and enter promo code GSMC at checkout. Another really cool thing about Hydrant is that it's backed by research. The formula was developed by Oxford scientists to provide perfectly balanced, efficient hydration. So Hydrant is definitely a brand you can trust. Again, that's drinkhydrant.com and enter promo code GSMC for 25% off your first order. There's no synthetic colors or artificial sweeteners. The formula is vegan, and you can choose between 3 different flavors or a variety pack. So for all of my vegan-friendly listeners out there, Hydrant is for you. Again, that's drinkhydrant.com and enter promo code GSMC.
Are you looking to learn more about the latest trends from the fitness world? Are you confused by all of the different trends that are out there? The GSMC Fitness Podcast is the place for you. The GSMC Fitness Podcast is the place to come for people of all skill and interest levels. Join us as we explore the latest trends in the fitness world. Does that new exercise really work? Should I try yoga? Whatever your question, chances are good you'll find an answer on the GSMC Fitness Podcast.
Hey guys, and welcome back to GSMC Health and Wellness Podcast. So in the previous segment, we started talking about red light therapy, blue light, how we're overexposed to it, and, due to all the screen time on our phones, TVs, laptops, etc. So we're going to be continuing on with that conversation now. I'm now going to be talking about red light therapy, kind of the process of it, and so forth. So in simplistic terms, red light therapy is a simple, non-invasive treatment that delivers concentrated natural light to your skin and cells. It's a therapeutic technique that uses red, low-level wavelengths of light to treat skin issues such as wrinkles, scars, and persistent wounds, among other conditions. And let's trace it back a little bit how exactly this first started. So red light therapy started to come about in the early 1990s. It was first used by scientists to help grow plants in space, y'all. In space, okay? The scientists found that the intense light from red light emitting diodes, also known as LEDs, helped promote growth and photosynthesis of plant cells. And red light was then studied for its potential application in medicine, more specifically to find out if red light therapy could increase energy inside human cells. So researchers found out that in plant cells, it provides more energy. Now, can we apply this to human cells? The researchers hoped that red light therapy could be an effective way to treat the muscle atrophy, slow wound healing, and bone density issues caused by weightlessness during space travel. And you guys may have heard of red light therapy by its other names, which include photobiomodulation, low-level light therapy, soft laser therapy, cold laser therapy, biostimulation, photonic stimulation, and low power laser therapy. So these are all the same thing, basically, just all have different names and different purposes. And there are many different types of red light therapy, and red light beds found at salons are said to help reduce cosmetic skin issues like stretch marks and wrinkles. So it's similar to like a tanning bed, but it produces red light. Red light therapy used in like a medical office setting may be used to treat more serious conditions like psoriasis, slow healing wounds, and even the effects of chemotherapy. Because as we all know, chemotherapy literally is the exact opposite of what red light therapy is trying to do. So the great thing about red light therapy is that you don't need to go to a medical office or a salon, an expensive salon or an expensive facility to get the treatment and to reap the benefits. You are able to reap the benefits of red light therapy from the comfort of your own home, literally, because we are not going anywhere. So you literally cannot get red light therapy at a facility or salon right now. So at home is our only choice, and I'm going to be giving you guys some options right here, right now. For a budget-friendly approach, there are multiple red light bulbs you can purchase from Amazon that are pretty inexpensive. The ones that I'm thinking about ordering, they're priced at $19.99. I wish I had like a link button on here so I could like link stuff, kind of like YouTube. But I don't have that type of power. So, again, you can just search up like red light bulbs from Amazon and a whole bunch will come out. Again, the ones that I was looking at, they're priced at $19.99. And not only do red light bulbs decrease the blue light emissions, but they also set like a really cool ambience. Like imagine like you late night coming home from work and you turn on your lights and it's like a red ambience. It's kind of like almost sexy, if I'm being honest, like real vibey, turn on some Ari Lennox or Kiana Lede. She's a new R&B singer I just discovered last week and I'm obsessed with her. So definitely it's like, why not get red light bulbs? I mean, and researchers do suggest too that you turn on the red light mode or light bulbs once the sun sets down. So wherever you're living at, if you live in the part of the world where there's like daylight most of the day, then you probably won't shut off or turn on your red light on until later on. Then here, like in California, the sun is starting to set around like 8 p.m. So once the sun starts to set, you want to turn on those red light bulbs. And again, it's going to give that nice, cool little vibey ambience. So that's more for like a budget-friendly approach, or as I said in the previous segment, I just purchased blue light blocking glasses, which you can get basically anywhere. Where I got them from, they're called Key Australia, and the Key is actually spelled as Quay. So Key Australia, that's where I ordered my blue light blocking glasses. And the only reason why I ordered these bougie glasses from this site is because today they have like a buy one, get one free. So buy one, get one free. And then a third pair of glasses, they actually donate to a frontline healthcare worker who's right now fighting the virus for our safety. So they have this nice, cute little promotion going on right now. So I was like, why not get some blue light blocking glasses and also donate a pair to someone in need, a frontline healthcare worker. So again, blue light blocking glasses and red light bulbs from Amazon are pretty inexpensive routes if you want to gain the red light therapy and reduce your the contact with blue light. If you want to go for like the full on experience and really invest your money, which honestly, I would probably go this route, but I don't have this amount of money just like chilling randomly. Bills are knocking on my door like, hello. There are red light therapy professional devices that you can get delivered to your home that are priced anywhere between like literally in the hundreds to like thousands of dollars, depending on the size of the red light like box. The only company I have heard of great reviews on is called Joov, Joov, Joov. So basically it's this like red light, full body red light. So like you literally stand in front of it naked, and it's supposed to produce all this energy through like your cells, and how it's supposed to help with wrinkles. And so that's more of a bougie approach if you're able to take that. But wait, you guys, there's more. I have more stuff to share with you. I'm actually going to be sharing with you guys how to switch your iPhone to red light mode. I don't even know if you guys knew about this. I barely found this out like a couple months back, but you can actually change your iPhone to red light mode. As we know, most of the time we're using the blue light on our phone, which that's how we can see color. And every night before bed, I actually do this, or actually I do this same thing as like the red light bulbs. I do this once the sun starts to set. That's when I activate my red light mode on my iPhone. And again, this is for iPhone. I'm not sure if this is applicable to Androids. So this is how you can actually lower, by switching your iPhone to red light mode, this can help lower your cortisol levels. It increases melatonin production, which helps you sleep, and reduces inflammation. And we all like that, right? Why don't we? We all want that. By reducing your cortisol levels, this will promote relaxation in the bedroom. As I mentioned earlier, we tend to have a bad habit of being on our phones, and especially being on our phones right before we go to bed. You know, we're mindlessly scrolling on Instagram or checking emails, or now laughing at TikTok videos. But this is definitely not good to do before bed. As we know by now, that overexposure to blue light that is emitted through our phone screen messes up your circadian rhythm, meaning it will make it harder for you to fall asleep. Studies have shown that being on your phone before bed, it actually pushes your circadian rhythm by like 2 hours. So say your bedtime, you could have actually, if you weren't on your phone, you could have been asleep by 10 p.m. But by you scrolling on Instagram right before bed and being in contact with that blue light right before bed, you have now pushed your ability to truly fall asleep and to truly allow your body to rest until 12 a.m. instead of 10 p.m. So especially for folks who got to wake up early, like 5 a.m. early, this is not ideal. So by switching your red light mode on your phone before bed, you will promote relaxation and reduce cortisol levels. And I'm actually going to be sharing with you guys like the step-by-step on how to turn your iPhone on red light mode. So right now, pause if you need to, grab a pen, paper, or take notes on the notepad on your phone, because I'm literally going to list out the exact steps on how you can turn your iPhone on red light mode. And again, you don't need to have your red light mode on 24/7. If you would like to, you absolutely may, more power to you, but this is definitely recommended, especially once it's dark. So once the sun sets, red light mode should be activated. So this is the steps. Go to settings, then go to general, then go to accessibility, then go to display accommodations. After that, go to the auto brightness toggle and select the color filters option. Next, enable color filters, then select color tint for your filter. Then scroll down and use the intensity and hue sliders to make the red effect. Both sliders should be in the far right position. So after you do those steps, the red light mode is going to be activated. And to make all of that a shortcut, Because who has the patience for the above every night, right? Like who has the patience to go through that step every single night? You can actually make this a shortcut. So to make all those steps I just listed into a shortcut, go to settings, go to general, then accessibility, then scroll to the bottom and hit accessibility shortcut and choose color filters. And that's it. Then when you just click your home button 3 times to turn the red light on and off, so literally click it 3 times and it's going to activate red light or turn it back to your blue light. So whether you use blue light blocking glasses, change to red light bulbs, or invest and buy a red light device, the choice is yours. They all work and they're all great options. However, I will say there's like a little disclaimer. There's a fair amount of evidence to show that red light therapy may be a promising treat for certain conditions, but there's still a lot to learn about how it works. Like I said, all of this just barely started coming about in the early 1990s. So don't get your hopes too high. This isn't like the magic cure, but it can definitely assist in whatever issue you may have, or it may definitely assist in helping a medication you're currently taking. And I'm going to cut into another very brief break. When we come back, I'll be talking about how exactly does red light therapy work.
Tired of searching the vast jungle of podcasts? Now listen close and hear this out. There's a podcast network that covers just about everything that you've been searching. Hey! The Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network is here. Nothing less than a podcast bliss with endless hours of podcast coverage. From news, sports, music, fashion, cooking, entertainment, fantasy, football, and so much more. So stop lurking around and go straight out to the Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network. Guaranteed to fill that podcast itch. Whatever it may be. Visit us at www.gsmcpodcast.com. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter and download us on iTunes, SoundCloud, and Google Play.
Hey guys, and welcome back to GSMC Health and Wellness Podcast. So we just got done wrapping up about what exactly is red light therapy, and we talked about different approaches that you can take to reduce your exposure to blue light, and how I just showed you guys this cool trick on how you can actually turn your iPhone on red light mode. So that's already a free tip right there. Well, all my tips are actually free, but this is, completely free way to switch to red light. And then again, we have the blue light blocking glasses that are a great addition to reduce your blue light consumption. Like right now, like I said, I am exposed to a huge monitor that's like not 12 inches away from my face. And then I'm exposed to my laptop here. And there's just all of this energy, blue light, always constantly hitting my face. And I literally can start to feel it in my eyelids. I know you guys do too. If you are especially if you're a college student, or especially right now, if you're working from home right now, you're obviously on your computer a lot. There's a lot of screen time, and you can't help it. You're working. So blue light blocking glasses would be a great alternative. Now, let's get into how exactly red light therapy works. So red light therapy is quick and easy. All you have to do is sit or stand in the light for 5 to 15 minutes, ideally every day. And this gives the mitochondria in your cells the natural light they need to make the energy that powers your body. So like when I used to get my facials, the red light therapy was conducted as the very last step in my facial regimen. And I was left laying under the light for about 20 minutes. And it was just like from my neck up. It wasn't my whole body, just from my neck up. I was laying under the red light for about 20 minutes. And don't be alarmed. It's red, but it's not hot. It's not like warm light, not like a sauna. So it's not going to like burn your skin or anything. It's like, as I said, completely, it's non-invasive. It doesn't hurt whatsoever. Red light is thought to work by producing a biochemical effect in cells that strengthens the mitochondria. And therefore, the mitochondria, as we said, that's like the cell's energy house and the powerhouse of the cell. And this is where the cell's energy is created. And the energy carrying molecule found in the cells of all living things is called, as I mentioned earlier, ATP, adenosine triphosphate. By increasing the function of the mitochondria using red light therapy, a cell can make more ATP. And with more energy, cells can function more efficiently, rejuvenate themselves, and repair damage. As a term, red light therapy refers to treatments from LEDs or cold lasers that deliver wavelengths of natural red and near infrared light. But like I said, let's make one thing clear. The term red light therapy does not include white light or blue LED mask, and it's not the same as full spectrum light. There are many forms of light therapy, but they all serve different purposes. Some people may include infrared or far infrared wavelengths along with red light therapy, but those are typically used in dry saunas because of their ability to produce heat. Red light therapy, as I just mentioned, does not rely on heat, which is a major difference between natural light treatments and heat-based modalities like an infrared sauna, traditional sauna, or other type of heat therapy. And I believe that's also why 90% of us Americans spend more time indoors and outdoors, because we have been, taught, even myself, I'm like low-key scared to be exposed to the sun because of wrinkles and like sun damage. And I feel like that's how a lot of us are, like we don't want to be exposed to sun. So we wear hats and we're covering ourselves. We have gloves now, but we need that natural light. The natural light is literally energy for mitochondria, which is the powerhouse of the cells. And if we have more energy, we're able to heal ourselves better and just move more optimally. So I think that's why a lot of people, we don't get that sufficient enough of red light. The sun produces that natural red light, but we don't get it from the sun because we don't want to be exposed to the sun and get wrinkles and all these other skin issues. So that's how red light therapy is a great alternative. Additionally, red light therapy is different from laser or intense pulse light therapies because it doesn't cause damage to the skin surface. Laser and pulsed light therapies work by causing controlled damage to the outer layer of the skin, which then induces tissue repair. And in contrast, red light therapy bypasses this harsh step by directly stimulating regeneration of the skin. And the light emitted by red light therapy penetrates roughly 5 millimeters below the skin's surface. So that's like the big difference between laser and red light therapy. They are not the same. They're like in the same family of light therapy, but as I said, they're different purposes, and red light therapy does not use heat whatsoever. And let's now get into the benefits. Like, what are the benefits of red light therapy? Why are so many people hopping on, red light therapy, and what is it that we're missing out on? So we're going to be talking about all of that right now. At the moment, there's some evidence to suggest that red light therapy may have the following benefits. Red light therapy promotes wound healing and tissue repair, improves hair growth in people with androgenic alopecia. Red light therapy helps for the short-term treatment of carpal tunnel syndrome. Red light therapy stimulates healing of slow healing wounds like diabetic foot ulcers. It reduces psoriasis lesions. It aids with short-term relief of pain and morning stiffness in people with rheumatoid arthritis. It reduces some of the side effects of cancer treatments, including oral mucosis, improves skin complexion, and builds collagen to diminish wrinkles, which that's basically my main goal here. It helps to mend sun damage. It prevents recurring cold sores from herpes, simplex virus infections. It improves the health of joints in people with degenerative osteoarthritis of the knee. It helps diminish scars, aka hyperpigmentation, another one of my goals for using red light therapy. It also relieves pain and inflammation in people with pain in the Achilles tendons. So there's many benefits to using red light therapy. Again, they're all vary, and again, you have to do your research to see which red light therapy is the best option for you. Like, do you need to go to a salon and use the bed? Do you just need to reduce your blue light emissions and just get like blue light blocking glasses and turn your phone on red light? So really do your research. Currently, this is my disclaimer here. Currently, red light therapy isn't endorsed or covered by insurance companies for these conditions due to lack of sufficient evidence. Although a few insurance companies now cover the use of red light therapy to prevent oral mucositis during cancer treatment, but if you go in or if you talk to your insurance company and you say, I'm trying to diminish scars and hyperpigmentation, they may not cover red light therapy. It may not be covered. Ever since the initial experiments in space, there have been hundreds of clinical studies and thousands of laboratory studies conducted to determine if red light therapy has medical benefits or if it is more cosmetic. So that's the main difference, and that's what I want all of you to be very wary about when you do go out. And, once we're out of quarantine and you do go out to see where you can get the red light therapy benefits, some may say this is medical. Some may say this is more cosmetic. So just talk to your insurance company and see if they are able to cover it. It would be cool if they do cover it because it is kind of pricey. But it's definitely worth it in my opinion as far as the treatment that I got. Again, I'm still doing my own personal research and looking within my area to see who offers the best package for red light therapy. And you guys, I'm going to come to a very brief break right now. When we come back, more on red light therapy, and we'll start discussing some of the side effects.
The GSMC Life and Happiness podcast takes you on a journey of exploration. We'll discuss tried and true methods alongside the latest trends of how to best live your life to its fullest and happiest. From psychology to meditation, science to self-help books, the GSMC Life and Happiness podcast will help you to discover what makes you happy and how you can live life being the best you possible. Download the GSMC Life and Happiness podcast on iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, Google Play, or anywhere you find podcasts. Just type GSMC in the search bar.
Hey guys, and welcome back to GSMC Health and Wellness Podcast. So in the previous segment, we were talking about some of the amazing benefits of red light therapy. And again, I'll highlight some of those for you because there were a lot. So again, it is said to prove and promote wound healing and tissue repair, help diminish scars, hyperpigmentation, helps to mend sun damage, diminish wrinkles, improve skin complexion, soreness, joints, all of that good stuff. So a lot of skin benefits, and I want to order that huge full body one, but again, I don't have just $1,000 laying around where I can just splurge on the Juve. And then we also talked about how currently red light therapy isn't endorsed or covered by a lot of insurance companies. Many studies say that red light therapy, actually many studies have had promising results, but the benefits of red light therapy are still a source of controversy, again, because it's hard to determine what is considered a medical issue, what is being considered a cosmetic issue, and that's the big determining factor between getting covered by insurance or not. The Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, for example, has determined that there isn't enough evidence to show that these devices are better than currently existing treatments out on the market for treating wounds and ulcers and pain. So if you go to them, they'll most likely refer you to another source where you can fix that issue. So additional clinical research is needed to prove that red light therapy is effective. Red light wavelengths aren't the only wavelengths to be studied for medical purposes. We talked about blue light, there is green light, and a mixture of different wavelengths have also been the subject of similar experience in humans. So there are other kinds of light-based therapies available you can ask your doctor about, and these are a few of them, which are laser treatments, natural sunlight, blue or green light therapy, sauna light therapy, ultraviolet light B, also known as UVB, and cerulean and ultraviolet light A, also labeled as PUVA, PUVA. Almost sounds like Puma, but no, PUVA with the V. And let's get into some of the side effects, air quote side effects, because there aren't too many of red light therapy. There have been over 10 years of research about the use of red light therapy, and there was no reported risk or contradiction to its use. However, it's not recommended to directly look at the red light as it might cause glare or visual discomfort. Obviously, you don't want to directly look at like a light bulb. That's obviously going to also damage your retina cells. LED light therapies usually include goggles to be worn when the light is operated. So if you are deciding after quarantine is lifted to go to a sauna or a salon and use like the red light bed, then they most likely will give you like protective goggles. Red light therapy I want to just reiterate that red light therapy is a completely natural process and is considered safe and painless. And not just considered, it is. I personally have used red light therapy in my facials, and you don't feel a single thing. It's literally just light. It exposes the skin to levels of light that are not harmful, unlike UV light coming from the sun, which, again, I already talked about this in the previous segment, that this is why a lot of Americans aren't getting sufficient red light into our lives, because we are scared of the sun, okay? We don't want that UV light coming towards us. We don't want those sunspots. We don't want those wrinkles or that sun damage. So I completely understand, because I'm the same way. I also do wear a lot of sunscreen. Like every time I drive in the car, even if it's gloomy outside or overcast, I always put sunscreen on my hands. That's something that my mom has taught me at a very young age. She always told me that you can always tell a woman's age by the appearance of her hands and her neck, because obviously you can't really get your hand or your neck done or Botox or anything like that. Not shaming anyone who gets Botox. Just saying, my mom has really nice hands, and her hands are very like young looking, and that's because she always taught me that to moisturize and put sunscreen on like anytime you go outside, even if it's just for an hour. And that's always stuck with me. So I always put sunscreen on. So that does protect me from like the UV rays. But still, like even when I have sunscreen on, I'm still like very hesitant to be out in the sun. Even like a lot of times, like right now I'm wearing a cap. I'm wearing a cap because it's super hot here in the Sacramento area. It's very sunny today. And I had to make the drive to come to the studio and record the episode. And just like I'm very conscious of like where the sun is hitting my face and my hands. So I understand why 90% of Americans are not exposed to red light, especially natural red light from the sun. So an actual red light therapy, as I said, it's completely natural, but it's considered less harmful because you're not getting those UV rays as you would be from the sun. And because of this, there is virtually no risk of side effects from undergoing red light therapy. However, where an issue may occur is when a practitioner with very little experience or someone who exposes themselves to too much of the treatment may cause tissue and cell damage. So this is why it's extremely important to do your research, people. Do your research on the facility you're thinking about going to. Do your research on the salon you're thinking about going to get red light therapy. Do your research on the practitioner who's going to be conducting red light therapy on you. Look at their certificates. Everything, okay? It's important. And obviously, like, too much of anything, too much of any treatment is not good for you. So if you are like literally standing in your red light therapy for like hours endlessly, that's obviously not good for you either. There have been reports also of burns and blistering from using red light therapy units. A few people develop burns after like falling asleep with the unit in place, while others experience burns due to broken wires or device corrosion. So, it's very like you can do the red light therapy at home, but just be very wary of like that the product that you're using is a good product. Many products for use at home may also lead to misuse and may also like cause damage to skin or burns or damage to unprotected eyes. So, as I said, if anything, there are more pros than cons when it comes to red light therapy, which is great. Like I said, it's non-invasive. It's considered safe and painless because it's literally just light hitting your face. So really the only concern is that you really do your research and just make sure the product you're buying, if you're going to be using like a red light therapy device at home, just make sure, it's plugged in correctly, nothing's broken, there's not like a wire hanging out, everything is like clean, and obviously just don't overexpose yourself. Just how you can overexpose yourself to blue light, you can also overexpose yourself to red light. So just be conscious of that and, be smart. Don't sit in red light for hours and hours endlessly. And you guys, we're going to cut into another very brief break right now. But before we move on to the commercial break, I want to talk to you guys about Hydrant. Top performers in business and sports often attribute their success to their morning routine, whether it's waking up early, setting their goals for the day, exercise, or meditation. But not everyone has the time to do it all. With Hydrant, you can jumpstart your mornings. And for 25% off your first order, go to drinkhydrant.com and enter promo code GSMC at checkout. Hydrant creates flavored electrolyte packets you mix directly into your water to make hydrating your body easy and delicious. So it's super easy to mix. And again, that's drinkhydrant.com and enter promo code GSMC for 25% off your first order. Another really cool thing about Hydrant is that it's backed by research. The formula was developed by Oxford scientists to provide perfectly balanced, efficient hydration. So you can 100% trust Hydrant. And again, this is drinkhydrant.com and enter promo code GSMC.
Are you tired of the same old news? Are you sick of the seemingly endless political spin and negativity? The GSMC America Still Beautiful podcast is a weekly news podcast covering all the top positive and uplifting news stories. We cover stories that will inspire, uplift, and remind you of the good in the world. Tune into the Golden State Media Concepts America Still Beautiful podcast to get all the great and positive news stories of today. Download the GSMC America Still Beautiful podcast on iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, Google Play, or anywhere you find podcasts. Just type GSMC in the search bar.
Hey guys, and welcome back to GSMC Health and Wellness Podcast. We are now entering our last segment for today's episode, and I'm now going to be sharing with you guys celebrities that use red light therapy who swear by this. And if you're curious about what LED red light therapy does, we are too. Luckily, celebrities who have long used the treatment in office and at home have spilled on some of the benefits, and there's plenty of research to back up the claims as well. Wellness pioneer Kourtney Kardashian posted a photo of herself wearing this is a scary amount, a $2,000 glowing mask on Instagram way back in 2016 at an appointment with celebrity esthetician Shani Darden. And another client of Shani Darden is, of course, Jessica Alba. And ever since Kourtney Kardashian and Jessica Alba shared their first photos, at-home LED light therapy devices have hit the market in growing numbers and at different price points. As Arizona-based esthetician Cherie Callahan, who's long used LEDs in her practice, tells us, red light therapy penetrates the skin and works by increasing blood flow and oxygen, the food of cells, basically. And this speeds up cellular processes, including cell turnover, while helping to decrease inflammation and enhance collagen. So that was in nerdy terms. In more simplistic terms, I'm reiterating myself again, reduce fine lines and wrinkles as well as more supple skin. Since the spectrum doesn't include UV light, so exposure, it's safe. And who are these? A lot of celebrities are using them, but I curated a short list, not too short, of celebrities who swear by red light therapy and that their skin is just as glowy as ever, which is actually absolutely true. I Googled each celebrity and their face up close, and they all have perfect skin. So first one being Olivia Munn, and she's a real glow getter. Get it? Get what I did there? She's a real glow getter. She says, I have my own facial setup. I've got the professional grade products and machines, and any girlfriend that comes over to the house, I love doing facials with them. Well, that must be nice. We can't do that now. She continues to say, but one of the things is the red and blue light mask. The red light helps develop collagen and repair things inside, and the blue light is good for killing bacteria and things like that. And I keep a zapper with me whenever I go anywhere, because if you get a little pimple over here or there, just zap it off. Well, that must be nice to have your own professional grade products and machines at home all set up for you. The next is Kate Hudson. The Fabletics founder was an early adopter of LED light therapy, as her Pilates trainer Nicole Stewart shared on Instagram in May 2016. When Nicole Stewart texted that she was caught in traffic before their appointment, Kate Hudson simply texted back a photo of herself in pajamas with the glowing red vision with the text, all good. So this is when I walked in when I'm running late for Kate Hudson. That's what her trainer, Nicole Stewart, said. She wasn't tripping. She was like, I'm doing my red light therapy. I'm getting the skin together. My trainer could be all late. The next celebrity here is Chrissy Teigen. In October 2018, the Cravings cookbook author tweeted a video of herself doing an at-home LED session. In classic Chrissy Teigen fashion, the video turned comical as she tried and failed to drink wine from a straw through the mouth hole of her mask. That is truly Chrissy Teigen fashion. She's so funny. I follow her on Twitter, and she literally just cracks me up. She does not care what anyone thinks. She is unapologetically herself, which is one of the many things I like about her. And on top of it, she has bomb skin. Her skin is literally glowing. So I definitely trust Chrissy's word for this. Another celebrity who swears by red light therapy is Martha Hunt. The Victoria's Secret angel likes to get a facial from esthetician Tracy Martin before big events. And this is what Martha Hunt had to say. It just makes my skin feel tighter and more lifted. Whatever that red light therapy is, I don't know if it's placebo, but I feel great afterwards. The model added it helps her zen out too. I feel so calm during their facial afterwards too. I could just go to sleep. Yeah, I definitely feel like that too. Every time I did my facials, I definitely fall asleep because they're basically just massaging your skin, and it feels nice, to get a massage anywhere. Next celebrity is Carol Radziwill. In May of 2018, the Roni star and journalist told into the gloss that red light therapy is part of her skincare routine. And she said, I have the red light from LightStim and I binge all those crime dramas. So whenever I do that, I'll just sit there with it on for an hour. She said, it's kind of awkward if your boyfriend's over, but really if he's not into red light, I'm not into him, she jokingly said. True, Carol Brazil. Okay, men need to take care of their skin as well, not just ladies. A man who takes care of himself is very attractive for women. Next, we have Kristen Cavallari. In January of 2017, the Hills alum told us she stays away from Botox but has another anti-aging trick. I use red light therapy twice a week to prevent fine lines and wrinkles, she said. Next, we have Lena Dunham. The girl's creator got into light therapy in December of 2016. She saw an ad for light therapy acne mask and became obsessed. So when she got home from her journey, it was waiting on the side of her bed. So she says she swears by the Neutrogena mask she was using in her Instagram photo. And she said was later recalled due to the risk of eye damage. And we're almost done with this, ladies. Next, we have Emma Stone. The Oscar winner shared a photo of herself with the later recalled Neutrogena LED light therapy mask and reportedly gave them to friends as gifts. Finally, we have another glow getter. We have Kelly Rowland. After taking the Instagram account for O, the Oprah magazine in 2015, Kelly Rowland signed off with a photo of her in a light therapy session. This is how I'm winding down my day, she wrote. So as we can see, we got Kelly Rowland, Emma Stone, Lena Dunham, Kristen Cavallari, Carol Brazil, Martha Hunt, Chrissy Teigen, Kate Hudson, and Olivia Munn. These ladies, and of course, we got the Kardashians. They all swear by red light therapy and that their skin is as glowy as ever thanks to these professional grade devices they have at home. So with all of that being said, we talked about, what is red light therapy? How does it work? What are the benefits? What are the side effects? All of that stuff. And all in all, my personal takeaway from red light therapy is that red light therapy has shown promising results in treating some skin conditions, but within the scientific community, there's not much consensus about the treatment's benefits. Based on the current research, you may find that red light therapy is a good tool to add to your skincare regimen. But as always, I think you should always check with your doctor or dermatologist before trying something new. And you can easily purchase red light devices online, but it's best to get a doctor's opinion on any symptoms before you try to self-treat. And another really important thing I think to keep in mind is that red light therapy isn't FDA approved for most conditions or covered by insurance companies. So any serious condition like psoriasis, arthritis, slow healing wounds, or pain should be checked out by a doctor first, again, before you try to self-treat. But from the 2 years I was doing red light therapy and doing those facials, I saw tremendous improvement from my skin. So I feel like I can vouch for red light therapy. I think it's doing great things for my skin, and it all makes sense in terms of not using UV light, and I mean, it makes sense. So I'm with it. Let me know in the comments if you're with it too. And you guys, that's going to wrap up today's episode here at the GSMC Health and Wellness Podcast. I hope you found value in what I had to say today and what I had to share today. Again, I'm really into red light therapy or just recently got into it, and I'm excited to continue to learn more. So let me know in the comments if you use red light therapy. What do you think about it? What are some products, devices that you use? And as always, thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode here. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment, all of that good stuff, because that tremendously helps the show. And as always, wishing you all a very happy, healthy, and successful week ahead.
You've been listening to the Golden State Media Concepts Health and Wellness Podcast, part of the Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network. You can find this show and others like it at www.gsmcpodcast.com. Download our podcast on iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, and Google Play. Just type in GSMC to find all the shows from the Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network, from movies to music, from sports to entertainment, and even weird news. You can also follow us on Twitter and on Facebook. Thank you, and we hope you have enjoyed today's program.